Good now.
Boy, if I had to tell you stories,
Babe, music.
where would I begin and where would I end? I don't know. A tribute, what's a tribute? Admiration, a gift to recognize an event. Are you picking up those songs at the back ever? Anyways, Granny and Grandpa, tribute. See, I admire them individually and I admire them collectively. When I say individually, there are things about their character, I would say, consistency, discipline, that I admire. But it's these characters, when you put them together, it's a foundation for really good family cultures, right? So I would say, in terms of the tribute as a couple, I'd like to say thank you for how your individuality came together to make this union and to provide the foundation. And I'm happy that I was the one who could carry on, if you know what I mean. Granny used to be in my ears even before I was actually legal, tell me, hey, you need to move on, So at least, Granny, I give you one, Grandpa, I give you one. You have a great great-grandson and a great-granddaughter. Thank the Lord, amen. Everybody was healthy. I have some memories when I was in the garden, even before I was married, talking to Grandpa, asking me about marriage and what is the plan, and tell me, boy, you must be careful if a woman scorn. Hey, Grandpa, why tell me about these things? So it's not Granny alone tongue that good like that. Grandpa good like that. And I remember the photo shoot I did with Grandpa in the garden. We were talking that day, man, and he's the one who tell me, you have a wife and child now, so take the producer and go and check them. Other than that, I would have come back with Grandpa. But speaking of come back with Grandpa, all you know about Grandpa and staying in garden long, if you had to start on those stories, stay in the garden. But the stay in the garden is like, okay, we don't like it in terms of we concern, but it goes back to his character as a person. He sees himself as, the breadwinner, the provider of the home, the protector. So he takes that role very seriously. I don't think it's just about going garden as a hobby. Like, we have hobbies. I like to watch TV, like to do photo shoots. It's not about that for Grandpa. I think it's about providing for the family. So I would say my favorite photo in terms of Grandpa is when I have captured him on the pawpaw tree, standing up on the tips of the ladder, stretching for the best pawpaw. I think at that time Zariel was a baby, about a few months, and I think he had Zariel in mind. So it's those things I feel that really stimulate the individuality that is really compatible towards building family foundation. And a photo I have of Granny, I might show it, I guess, was when she was by the window eating some fish, and she's looking out the window looking for Grandpa, I believe, because he always in the garden. But Granny is the kind of person, I remember that time she was making some dumplings, she was kneading and she used to get short of breath, right? Had to go and rest. I said to her, why Granny taking a break from the dumplings? So I go and press the dough myself. Oh my God, that thing was stiff, but yet and still with her physical ailments, her medical diagnosis, that consistency and discipline, it is like part of their core, that you cannot take that away from them. You take that away from them and they are not who they are anymore. So irrespective of what she's going through, she still made sure that day Ikenzie was there, Itana was there, Zariel was there, Abner was there, and Grandpa was in the garden. But that day Granny still made sure that she cooked us a meal. So I appreciate those components. Of course I get some beating from time to time, but I'm not going to highlight that now, right? But it was also important. We're living in this modern days where new age and everybody want to say time out and all these other things. But boy, if we had a segment talking about beatings, whoo-wee, all the children come down, we would not finish. But yeah, man, all of that was important, right? So I'd like to say thank you for your role and your contribution to me and my upbringing. I would like, in admiring you, I would like to take your culture and bring it forward into the future within my family, myself. So enjoy your anniversary, and I hope you see a couple more years, whatever God has in plan. You've lived very full and fulfilled lives, and I'm happy that you were present in my life from youth to adult. Take it easy.
Granny and Grandpa, The years you guys have been together have taught me a few lessons, and I must say that you've taught me the ability to laugh, to be able to tease, to even be able to argue without grudge. And tap on this, my favorite memory is will always be about the time, you know, like whenever Grandpa would trouble you for, say, he'd put his clothes on the floor, he'd do something and you'd get on, and I'd always wonder like why every time you'd get catch. And you, one day I remember you told me, like, I was over it at this point, and I asked you, I say, Granny, why every time Grandpa do the same thing, you know, you come back and you get catch again, and you start to argue with him and stuff like that. And you winked at me and you're like, you know, that is how we talk, and how else would make up in our marriage. And from that point on, I just knew, like, you know, y'all had a special thing going. And you know, with Papa, I learned that, you know, a priest in the home is a necessity, and you have to teach your children how to pray, and you have taught your children how to pray. And together you guys have been a wonderful spiritual and physical example that I can follow in life. And I hope that the years that you have to come together will be one that is fruitful, and it will be blessed in every aspect. I wish you guys happy 60th anniversary, and God's blessings. Thank you.
Hello Granny and Grandpa, just want to wish you your 60th wedding anniversary. Indeed, it is a great example for your grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Two things that I have learned from each of you all, and which has helped me over the past, well, what I would say 15 years. One, from Grandpa, I learned my lesson in Basel when he gave us a serious beating, and he told us we don't raise lazy children here. In fact, I've continued to use this as a motivation. When I'm on the wards, tired and worked out, I keep remembering my grandpa's voice, we don't raise lazy children here. Then we have Granny. Granny has taught me something that actually I've used a lot in patient-centered care. Everybody know that I was very picky, and one day Granny said, what do you like? And I told Granny, I like provision and fried balao. And to this day, there is no restaurant that I could go to that could prepare such meal for me. But I've been able to use it in my patient-centered care, because sometimes we just tell our patients what to do, and we never really ask them what they want. And so, Granny and Grandpa, you have been, how to say it, more than a lot of people, very impactful in my life and the way I move forward. And again, you all are setting the example for me that when I do get married, I have to be married as long as you all, and not just married but happy. So again, congratulations, love you all. Mwah.